and it does sound good. And welcome to the Underdog Talk, the world's most underrated podcast on earth, according to Generation Iron. I just gotta say, there's something about the Underdog folks. But I mean, today we have the mind behind not one, not two, not three, but four, supplement companies out there, and his lovely daughter. I mean, Joe is in the building as well, Big Joe, and we have the Draysons on. How are you guys doing today, and how's your day been so far?
It's been amazing, thank you. I'm currently residing in Texas, Teddy, and it's plus 100 degrees here. It's insane weather, but everything's great. I've been living in the U.S. for about a year. That's our commitment to grow our brand portfolio in the United States, and with the GNC US listing, and that's building more momentum. Along with our drinks, it's a great place to do business in America.
It is. And now, I do have to ask, when is it officially launching in US corporate GNCs, as I actually manage one on the side, just for fun? When will I be able to see, Grizzly in my store?
That's an excellent question. We are in discussions with GNC, and initially we've been with the franchisees, and it started to really build momentum. And Grizzly does offer a lot of points of difference. If you look at a lot of the mainstream brands in the marketplace, they're generally full of the red 40s and the artificial, ingredients and things like that. But we use natural colors and natural flavors, so it's a great point of difference. And we offer really cool flavor profiles, like a huckleberry lemonade that's proving to be popular down south here, Arctic Ice, a sour gummy bear. You mentioned the Aminos Plus Focus product, the strawberry kiwi. It's a great product. We've got this test booster, which is great. I know a hot ingredient right now is the Tungcat Ali. We've got that, as well as a clinical dose of D-aspartic acid, 500 milligrams of Shilajit. So that's pretty cool. And then this just launched in Canada. Grizzly's a little bit more ahead, Teddy, but you might want us to send you one. Our new Grizzly Shredded.
Ooh, and is that the new thermogenic that's going to change the world out there, Andrew?
Yeah, you know what, Teddy? I'll give you a little snapshot of the ingredient panel there. You can see 3,000 the HMB, the white kidney bean, yerba mate, some other cool ingredients. And then just to showcase the rest of the Grizzly lineup for you, again, Canada's a little ahead, but you can see our attractive protein isolate here. 28 servings. And then we got our Grizzly energy drinks here.
Wow.
So we got our brand new Cozy. I'm kind of showing off to you guys, but that's the orange mango. Have you tried those yet, Teddy?
I don't think I have tried those yet. No, I have not. It's interesting. We had both the owners of Bucked Up and Rise on, who I have as top tier in the industry, along with you guys. I know you guys heard me there, Underdog Talk. Grizzly is up there. And RTDs seem to be the new hot selling point. And obviously, you have an RTD company as well, along with Grizzly. And I do have to ask, the $1 million question to start off. What sets, this is for both of you guys, what sets Grizzly supplements apart from other supplement brands? I think that's what makes you guys different than other supplement brands. And you talked about that dye and all their stuff and the flavor profiling, but what else sets Grizzly supplements apart from, the other brands?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I'd say there's a lot of supplement brands in the market that are kind of that trademark pharmaceutical look, and I see that's the bulk of them. Yeah. We're what we call an outdoor active lifestyle brand. So there is active lifestyle brands in the marketplace. We're an outdoor active lifestyle brand, so we still appeal to the gym goers, but it's people who love to do the great outdoors, whether it's hiking, ATVing, crazy mountain bike sports, that kind of thing. And Grizzly is definitely a younger demographic. And yeah, it was important to us with the natural colors and flavors to have a further point of difference. And I mean, everyone loves a Grizzly. I was speaking with a GNC DFO, and he said to me, he goes, everyone loves the bear. The Grizzly logo is a pretty cool logo. So that's kind of how that started. But yeah, Teddy, if you want, I can kind of wind everything back for you guys and kind of give you a bit of the brand history.
Yes.
How the company kind of evolved. So I finished my schooling and I secured a role at Pepsi as a key account manager, kind of worked my way up there. And we saw Red Bull coming into Canada at the time. And we thought, let's do a Canadian themed energy drink. So we were going to initially import a drink in from the US, but everyone loved the name Beaver Buzz. It's the national animal of Canada. And we created an angry beaver and with a damn good maple leaf, and the brand just took off and grew. It added grocers, convenience and gas chains, some pretty big players, Circle K's, etc. And it got real big. We eventually even had 4-packs. And that's when Britlin, when she was younger, she was actually making the 4-packs in our garage. So a true underdog story on the Underdog Talk. I'm happy to share with you guys. So
Wow.
So yeah, we did that. And then in Canada, energy drinks, you go through very, very strict regulations. They almost treat you like as if you were a pharmaceutical company. So we had that background. So we're like, I play a lot of sports. I work out. Britlin's really fitness oriented. And we're like, well, we should do a line of high quality supplements. So we brought out a brand called Iron Kingdom about 6 years ago. And this one has proved to be really, really popular. It's been in the market 6 years. It's got an angry lion. The trademark is train with the heart of a lion. And that's really evolved to, pre-workouts. We've got over 20 SKUs of that product line. And that launched in GNC exclusively in Canada about 6 years ago. And that did really, really good numbers. And then about 3 years ago, as everyone knows, GNC kind of hit the bump in the road. So we had to break out of that. But GNC loved what we did with Iron Kingdom. So we created the Grizzly brand for them. And they've been blown away how successful it's been in Canada. It's got a full wall. Iron Kingdom also has a full wall. And they've now brought it into the United States, and we're very committed to growing with GNC. It's a great partner to work with. So,
and now I've had a few kind of owners of Doug Miller owns Arms Race and Core Nutraceuticals, and we just had the owner of Get Raw Nutrition and Revive. Now you guys are in charge of 4 brands.
Yes, sir.
Why decide to keep on expanding on the brands and not just focus on, say, Grizzly, or why decide to make 4 different brands?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. So we created Beaver Buzz, and when we entered the category, like we were in Canada, had a Rockstar, to give you an example. So, but then you had Coke, Pepsi, Red Bull, who said they never innovate. They ended up innovating, and then they ended up having 100 SKUs amongst them. And being an independent brand, the big corporate key accounts, Coke and Pepsi, basically secured a lot of that real estate. So we knew we had to diversify. And as I said, I played roller hockey for Team Canada. I play a lot of ice hockey, and I love sports, and Britty does. So we wanted to create our own line of supplements, but ones that had good quality, like clinical dose, like our Thermal Cuts has a clinical dose of carnitine tartrate. Our Test Booster is a clinical dose of D-aspartic acid. Our protein's unique. It's got electrolytes, but with pure isolate. So we wanted to create a top quality product line with natural colors and flavors. We did that. And then GNC kind of forced our hand when the bump in the road happened about 3 years ago. But then they said, we loved what you did. So we decided to create Grizzly that would have more of a more younger demographic. Iron King is a bit more of a wider spread demo. And we actually created a soda from our Pepsi days. We were exposed to soda. So we created a craft soda called the Bear and the Beaver. Teddy, I don't know if you've seen that or you have, Joe, but this one's doing exceptionally well. It's in Circle K's, and they're really surprised how well it's turning. So that's kind of how we got involved with 4 brands, and we're good now. And I'm a bit of a mad scientist. Britlin keeps me in check.
Yeah.
She's like, we got enough. So yeah, we got more than enough to deal with. And we have really, in the last year, both on our RTD side of our business and our supplement side, we've been growing leaps and bounds, adding more and more new customers and just a bigger and bigger growing audience. And at times it's been hard to honestly keep up, but we've managed to navigate the growth, and we're still a privately owned underdog beverage and nutrition company.
Wow, it's quite the journey you guys are on down there. You mentioned earlier about your audience with respect to not only gym goers but also outdoorsy type. I find that's ingenious of you to diversify your target audience as opposed to staying, I guess, pigeonholed, for lack of a better term, with gym. And I find most of the supplement brands, they're a little not closed minded. I don't know if that's a proper term, but they don't see the bigger picture the way you do, the way you're reaching outside to go for the more broader audience as opposed to just inside the gym. But what sort of fitness goals this group, like your supplement, like what your supplement, what kind of fitness goals are you cater to? What do you hope to accomplish here with
We basically, we find our brand has a widespread appeal. Like Joel, I'll give you an example on the Iron Kingdom brand. We had a consumer tell us they were taking the thermal cuts for 6 months and they lost 90 pounds. So that kind of story, you know, does make you feel good as a brand owner.
Of course.
And just the emotional connection people have to brands too, right? A lot of brands, they don't have a point of difference. There's no emotional connection. Our brands seem to really resonate with the consumer. And we really treat our customers like best in class. It's very important that we communicate with our customers. And a lot of people say that you guys talk to the customers, where a lot of people, you know, they want to go slay the next dragon, but we realize that without the customers, we don't have our great brands in the marketplace. So
yep, I can completely identify that with respect to being a small business owner as well. And it's just like, without, if your customers leave unhappy, they don't come back. They leave happy, they come back happy. And it's not, you know, and we want to make sure that we're putting quality out there, not just here you go, take this, give me your money, see you later, hope for the best. Maybe you'll come back, maybe you won't. So by taking those extra steps and using those clean ingredients and third-party tests, like you say, you're almost ensuring the longevity of your company with the quality of the brand. And it is catchy, man. It's pretty cool. Let's be honest. The beat, like that's really cool. I like that a lot. So you're captivating your audience not only with the quality but also the logos and things along those lines, right?
yeah, exactly. And it's a sense of pride too, right? I mean, the big corporations, they want to get away with the least amount of flavor and the least amount of ingredients and just do the marketing. We want to give the consumers the most memorable experience. We want to be very clear, no proprietary blends. And I think people can see that integrity in our company. Another example, Joe, you know, we don't buy followers on Instagram. A lot of companies, it's no secret. Yeah, I could go out tomorrow and go buy 50,000 followers, but to me, you lack authenticity to the consumer. And I think the younger consumers are getting more and more aware of that. So yeah, we're a company with high integrity. We kind of sell the steak more than the sizzle, where a lot of brands are selling the sizzle more than the steak, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
Now, let me ask you this, Bree. Obviously, you're kind of the face behind the social media, and we see brands take off. And I'm good friends with the owner of Alpha Lion, and they've cemented themselves well, I don't want to say just because of social media, but social media has been a big aspect for them. How has social media for you guys been instrumental and been key in getting the name of all four of your brands out?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an aspect of our company that we're looking to develop more and more. As obviously you're aware, as a family-owned business with a smaller team, we all wear a lot of hats. So especially for the remainder of the year, it's something we're looking to grow a lot. We've brought a few more people onto the team. We really see an opportunity with TikTok, so that's kind of where we're pushing our efforts right now. But yeah, definitely a larger focus on that for the remainder of the year, and we think that that should help grow the community, like Andrew said, and just have more of an authentic community surrounding the brands.
I love it. And how do you stay up to date with kind of the latest social media and all what goes on in social media? It seems like every day a new thing on social media emerges. How do
Yeah.
you stay up to date on all of that?
I mean, it's difficult because I feel like you can definitely get lost just mindlessly scrolling. And there's, as you said, there's 1,000 trends coming up every single day. But I have all four brands on my phone. So usually that's kind of the first thing in my work days. I go through each brand's socials and kind of reply to some comments, check out some stories, go through the feed. And that's kind of my way. And then to wind down for the night, I usually go through my personal social media and I can take a look at different trends that I'm seeing. Because obviously, what I'm going to see on the brands is kind of respective to who we follow on there, what the brands are portraying. Whereas in my personal social, I'll kind of see other variations of trends, if that makes sense.
I think it's important too to keep like you said, Andrew and Bree, even on the social media aspect, is to stay engaged with your target audience on there. You know, like we have a small social media deal that we do with my son Kyle, and we're always on there engaging with our fans, engaging with our followers, commenting. They'll send us a comment. We'll comment back on them, or we'll like their stuff, and it really it just keeps them more engaged. It gets them involved more. And not only that, but the miraculous thing, the posts seem to grow more when you do that.
For sure. Yeah, I think you have to create that emotional connection with your consumers if you really want them to stay loyal to your brand, especially with just the sea of brands out there today.
And consumers, they want to feel valued too, right? That's important to a consumer.
Well, exactly. But I mean, with Grizzly Supplements, what role do you play when supporting your athletes in fitness enthusiasts and training performers? Do you have sponsorships? Do you work in partnerships? Because I mean, a lot of these athletes will get their codes on Instagram or TikTok, and what role do you guys play with that?
Yeah, so super exciting news, actually. We are relaunching our website early next week, and that will include now an affiliate portal. So we're actually just launching that for Grizzly. I just signed one athlete of ours who's in a recent photo shoot a few days ago. So that'll be open. So for anyone who uses the Grizzly products and wants to join the family, they're welcome to apply. And they, like you said, they'll receive a discount code where they can earn commission. And also the user who uses the code will receive a discount on their products. So it's helping out both parties in that sense.
Nice.
And for us, it's really important that they're authentic users. If
Yes.
there's not a fit with the brand and they don't relate to the brand or they don't truly like the brand, we will look to work with other partners. I mean, some companies will just take anyone, guys, but it's important to us that people feel the connection and really like the product, right?
And that's what's important to our family as well is the clean products and the organic of it, because I mean, my boy Kyle's Down syndrome was the first Canadian Down syndrome bodybuilder, in fact, and when we look for his supplements and his pre-workouts, we have to make sure that it is first of all organic and clean, because you get so much when I really take the time and read some of the labels, it's just filled with absolute garbage that is like, I think this is going to help me, but this is more a detriment to my health than positive, right? It's important.
Oh, for sure. 100%. Small dosages full of food dyes and artificial stuff, right, Joe? It's just not a good formula.
No.
So who makes the formulas? We'll look at Grizzly. How do you get these formulas? I mean, again, Andrew, you talked about you being the mastermind. Do you have other sources that kind of help you with this process? Or what's your background as well in terms of sports nutrition?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm an athlete first and foremost, but we do have a good R&D team that we work with and we run things by. We also analyze marketplace voids. Like I know Tongue Catalyse, a pretty good ingredient right now, and there's not a lot of test boosters that have it. Our Grizzly, we put it in there. We put 500 milligrams of Shilajit. Things like pre-workout. We didn't put creatine in our pre-workouts because a lot of consumers, they want at least 5 grams a day minimum, right? And if you put 1 gram in a day, it throws consumers off. And to me, a lot of companies do that all the time. But we thought, let's give the consumer the straight goods, a good, high quality pre-workout with natural colors and flavors that taste amazing. So
we're going to be giving it a try for sure.
Yeah. If you guys need samples, you know where to find us.
What's next for kind of your 4 brands? And this could be in general. Do you see yourself going to Vitamin Shop? Do you see yourself becoming, getting an Olympian athlete? And if you need an NFL athlete, we have plenty. If you ever need one, we can always help out there.
I saw the Cowboys helmet there and the Lions.
Yeah, so we've had Brandon Cooks on the podcast, star Cowboys wide receiver, good friend of mine. But either way, I don't want to. I'll talk your ear off. So what's next for kind of your 4 brands? Obviously, you guys are coming to GNC in America. What's the next step after that? More products?
That's a great question. So the football players, Teddy, by all means, connect us. We're open to that. On the products themselves, so Beaver Buzz, I would say in the product life cycle, it's in the maintenance mode where it's been around 18 years. It's a very proven brand. It's kind of one of those brands, it just keeps repeat selling. So, there's not a tremendous amount of focus on that brand because it's very established. Iron Kingdom's super strong. We're not really ready to go into the United States with Iron Kingdom yet. We might make it available on Amazon for the diehards kind of thing. but we really believe in having the right focus. So the Bear and Beaver craft soda, that's exploding in the US. We've got some pretty big Pepsi servers that picked it up, and they're doing really well with it. So we got that brand, and then Grizzly, we really want to focus on GNC and incubate it. The line is exclusive to GNC. The Grizzly energy drinks are not. They are open. GNC is obviously aware of that as well. So if we have the right partners that, make sense, then it would make sense to bring in the Grizzly energy. Could be like Quick Trip, QT in the US, a big gas chain, or Pilot. It could be a vitamin shop, but the Grizzly supplement line itself is exclusive to GNC, and we're in no hurry to break the exclusive. We want to build with GNC because we've been working with GNC for 10 years in Canada.
Wow.
So, we had Beaver Buzz in there for 4 years prior, and then, the last 6 has been Iron Kingdom, and Grizzly's been there for 3. So it's a good partnership between the two companies, and we want to continue to nurture that.
Wow. Yeah, and I totally agree on that, and I love GNC, and Jim Stepani, one of my good friends, of Jim Supplements, just preaches how kind of important GNC was in getting Jim as just a. I mean, when you think of supplements, you think of Jim Supplements, and GNC really cultivated that. So I hope in America at least the same success goes to you guys as in Canada, GNC, where you guys have killed it and become one of their top brands, if not their top brands. So for both of you, I do have a final question. What is the biggest tip for someone who is looking to create a business? It doesn't have to be a supplement business, but a business like you once were trying to do, Andrew and Bree.
Great question. I would say it's as simple as this: give the consumer a reason to buy.
I think I'll hit it from the marketing angle. A brand that stands for everyone stands for no one. So find your niche and market towards them.
Brilliant with a mic drop, Teddy.
That is the mic drop. I love it. I think that's so key. If you don't believe in what you produce or you stand for, then it's not real and it's not authentic. Now, to both of you, thank you so much for taking your time on the podcast. But before we go, where can we find? Can we find it on GNC.com? Can we find it on Amazon? Where can we find all the products? What's the go-to place to find them all?
Yeah, I mean, so Grizzly is available on GNC.com, Teddy. So if you do have consumers coming into your store that are looking for it, you can actually ship to them through GNC.com, which is super exciting. We also are working on Amazon for all 4 of the brands in both Canada and the US. And we also have our own respective websites, which do ship to both Canada and the US. So you can find all the brands available. DTC is probably the best bet.
So someone comes into my GNC in Baltimore, Maryland area, I can send them Grizzly to their address.
Yes, you can.
Okay, I did not know that, and I will inform every member in GNC nationwide of that. I don't think we knew that. Wow, actually, that's really impressive. I know, obviously, Canada, it's a quick order, and you can just go into the store and get it, but that is very good to know. And Grizzly.com, can we get supplements there as well?
Yes, you can. So the energy drinks are just going to be on Amazon. But all the supplements you can get on grizzlysupplements.com, whether you are in Canada or the US, we ship to both countries.
And energy drinks can be shipped in America, correct?
Yeah, so for the energy drinks currently, you can get them on gnc.com for the US and gnc.ca in Canada, but we are working on getting those available on Amazon for that quick 2-day free shipping.
I love it. And first person to grab a Grizzly product, send me a screenshot. We'll get you a second Grizzly product for free and a signed autograph from Brandon Cooks out to you, just because Brandon was the topic today. And guys, don't forget to check out all 4 brands. I mean, good gosh almighty, guys, don't forget to check out them. And the flavor profile, I just have to say, and this is not paid for, but on Grizzly was phenomenal. I just have to say that to you guys. You really did take the time to make sure that the product actually tasted good, because if it doesn't taste good, I just can't get it down. And yeah, that's another story. Some brands out there have a problem with that, but Grizzly does not. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on this video. Until next time, guys, Underdog and the Grizzly team out.